And we're live. hmm And we are live. What's up, guys? Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. Good evening. I'm gonna start singing now. Let me entertain y'all. Hey, guys. Hey, Victoria. Hey, everyone. Hello. How are we doing? How's everybody's day going? Hey, guys. Hey, Acha. Good evening. Hello. Good to see everyone. Good to see y'all coming in. We got, and drop in the chat. Let me know where you're from. I'm doing amazing. And as you come in, hit the like button. Hit the like button. So Everyday Baby says, "This is my first time seeing you live. Welcome. Welcome. We go live every Tuesday and Thursday. So this is my most fun times of the week. I love the YouTube lives. I go live on TikTok as well, but YouTube is always more fun. I don't know why. I think it's the people. It's the people. So shout out to you guys. As you come in, hit the like button, show some love and support. I appreciate it. We got Pennsylvania in the house and Philly. Okay, you guys are neighbors. There you go. Love the chat. Yeah, the chat is amazing. Everyone in the chat is amazing. Thank you all so much. I appreciate it. We got Cindy from Rochelle, and that is interesting because I'm in Houston, and I just spoke to a client, another client that was in Rochelle. So that is cool. I'm in Pearland, by the way, Cindy. So I'm your neighbor. I'm your neighbor. You're not that far from me. So shout out to Cindy. Good to have you. All right, we got Carrie. Carrie says, everyone, if you haven't scheduled a one-on-one session with coach, you're missing out. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you, Carrie. Carrie, you're amazing. I, this is a pleasure for me. It's a pleasure for me. I enjoy talking to each and every one of you, and the lives are amazing. So tonight, I'm looking forward to whatever questions you might have. Hey, Atlanta. So whatever questions you might have about your situation, either relationships or breakups. Now, obviously, the channel is more breakup focused, so that's where most of the questions are going to be coming from. But if you have other relationship type or dating questions, let me know. Thank you. That means a lot. Everyday baby. That means a lot. I appreciate you. All the support. I can't stress enough. Like all the support, the likes, the comments, just even being here tonight with me. I know I say it a lot, but it's because I truly mean it. You guys make this a pleasurable experience. I love it. So let's just say this. I'm going to issue a warning. Last time we had some kind of internet issue. Hopefully that doesn't happen tonight. So we got to get to it. We got to get to it. If you have any questions, make sure to drop them below. What typically happens, guys, is I'm just going to be reading down the questions as I go through this. So it's going to take me some time. As I'm reading the questions, I'm going to let you know what I'm thinking about the situation. So if you want me to get to your question quicker, the quickest way to do that is to send a super chat, because when you send a super chat, I'm going to prioritize those questions. That's just what I'm going to do because I appreciate the support. So I feel like those people should get answers first. So I'll definitely prioritize the super chat. But if you can't donate, I understand. I will do my very best to get to every question as best as I can. I typically am not able to, but I will try. Okay. And then also, if you just want to support, if you want to support me and support the channel and you don't have a question, you can just send a super chat too anyway. So thank you. We're going to kick things off. Again, shout out to Blue Eyed Baby. No, Blue Eyed Son from Atlanta and Everyday Baby. Okay, those two popped out at me. And also Amalik Mary Show from Trinidad and uh, the Nurturing Empress from Jersey. Shout out to you guys. Welcome. Now let's get this thing rolling. All right, first question is gonna be from Victoria. Shout out to Victoria. I see you in the comments all the time. Thank you for your support. Let's see here. I was in no contact and my ex reached out. We talked a little. I didn't hear from him for 2 weeks, so I broke no contact, reached out to him. He didn't even respond. Yeah. So you have to realize you have to be patient through this process. A lot of times, that first time your ex should reach out, they're just testing the water. They're likely just evaluating where you are at. So it's not good to give them too much. And it doesn't sound like you did. So that tells me his interest was creeping up, but it wasn't high enough yet. It wasn't high enough yet because he talked to you one day and you didn't hear anything for 2 weeks. So you have to take that as a clear indication of where he's at. If he talks to you one day and you're open, you have a decent, pleasant conversation, and you don't hear anything for a while, well, that says, his interest isn't where you want it to be. So I would be patient. Okay. I would be, don't reach out anymore. Don't break no contact. Let him do all the initiation. Let him do most of the pursuing. That way you get the best energy. You get the best treatment when he's the one coming after you, especially after a breakup. All right, next question is from Marwin Nando. Marwin Nando. Okay, the longer I'm in no contact, the more I'm feeling like there's no reconciliation in sight. Still love her, still miss her, but I think it's over. Any advice? Well, how long has it been? How long has it been? One, that's very important. Two, sometimes it's not as bleak as you may feel. I'm not telling you to sit and wait and put your life completely on hold because you're waiting for her. To some extent, you have to try to emotionally detach so you're okay either way, right? A lot of times exes do come back, but I want you to get to a point where you're okay with moving on without them. Why? Even if you get back with her, or even if you start talking to her, you have to have a certain level of detachment so you can do the right things. Because guess what? If she comes back and she's still the same person, I want you to be strong enough to say, well, this was our issues in the past. These are some of the things that we struggled with. Yes, I did a lot of wrong things and I've been working on myself, but you're still the same person. So you have to be strong enough to be able and willing to walk away if they have not changed at all. So this is why you do need to be practicing that emotional self-control, working on detaching from your ex so you can accept either scenario. But my guess is you're likely going to get some kind of opportunity to talk to her in the future. Probably. Let's see here. JJ. JJ says, I recently had my ex send me a package through the mail. Cool. We've been in no contact for 24 days until I reached out and said thank you. But all he responded was, "You're welcome. What is going on?" Well, what was in the package and what was it for? Was it like a birthday thing or Valentine's Day thing? What was it for? And how long ago was that? So answer that below, and I'll let you know what I think. Shireen says he wanted to be friends. I refused and told him not to contact me again. It's been 2 months. Will he ever come back? Well, he might, but you have to be careful with your selection of words. So what you're trying to do when your ex is asking to be friends, obviously you don't accept friendship if you're still in love with your ex. I'm not telling you to do that, but you need to at least leave an opening for your ex to come back to you. You want to leave the door cracked so that they can walk in if they're interested. So you don't say things like, never contact me again. You can say, I'm not interested in friendship, but if you change your mind and would like to talk and date, let me know. Reach out to me then. You say something like that. Okay. You don't say something like never. So it's a toss up at this point. He might never come back, but if he really cares, if he really misses you, then he will. But you don't do stuff like that if you're still interested. Okay. Uh, Arturo says today is my birthday, and me and my ex have been in no contact since she broke up with me for 2 months. And me and her brother share the same birthday, and I was just hoping to get a response to her today. You were hoping to get a text from her today. Well, if she doesn't text you, she's not in the right mindset because she knows it's your birthday because her brother has the same birthday. So, yeah, I wouldn't do anything though. That's not an excuse to reach out. That's an indication that she's not yet missing you enough. Because saying happy birthday is really not it's not difficult to do. Like if she cared, she would just say happy birthday. It's a very low bar and she's not even willing to scale that. So nothing to do, brother. Let's see here. Where's Melissa says 15-year relationship, engaged to be married. I was his first girlfriend. Okay. First relationship. A coworker became interested in him and he left to be with her. 8 months, no contact. I'm shocked. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what you're going through, Melissa. Yeah, that's difficult to build a 15-year relationship with someone. So I'm so sorry. But you have to, slowly, it will take some time. I mean, 15 years that's a lot of history. But you have to start working on accepting this completely. In as much shock as you might be today, you have to accept this completely and start mapping out what the future could possibly look like without him because he's with someone else. And ultimately, that's likely a blessing to you because you don't want someone that's 1 foot in and 1 foot out anyway. But I'm sorry for what you're going through, my friend. Pat says, I was told he was dating someone new. So I let him know what I heard. Shouldn't have done that. And ever since he hasn't texted me or called me anymore, I'm trying to go no contact moving forward. Well, unless I'll say this, Pat, unless he was reaching out to you before, like he was talking to you consistently and hiding the fact that he was dating this person, then it's fine that you're like, hey, this is what I found out. Like, what's going on? But if you were in no contact and you guys weren't talking at all, and you're just like, hey, by the way, I found out you're dating, what the heck? Well, that's not a good move. That's like a sign of desperation. So it depends on the scenario. But either way, he hasn't reached out since. I wouldn't reach out either. H. Cease, I think. Been in no contact for 3 weeks. He favorited my TikTok video today. Why is he doing that if he has a girlfriend? That's a breadcrumb. That's what we would call a breadcrumb. He's breadcrumbing you. But it doesn't mean much. You got to keep in mind sometimes your ex is just trying to get a reaction. They want to see where you're at, right? Because it's a lot more appealing to them. It's a lot more comfortable when they know that you're still obsessed with them and that you still have feelings for them. So, liking your picture, favoriting a TikTok, it doesn't really mean much in the grand scheme of things, besides they're just testing the water. So, I would just act like you didn't see it. He has a girlfriend, let him focus on her. And even if he reaches out directly, you gotta tell him, hey, you're with someone else. This is not respectful to your relationship. So when you end that situation, you can reach out to me. Tony says, I broke no contact rule yesterday. What should I do? I feel so bad and awful. Well, start over. Today's your first day of no contact. Congratulations. It's okay. It happens. We all make mistakes. We all make mistakes, and you can still overcome. You'll be fine. Let's get the likes up if you're just coming in. Thank you for joining the live stream. Welcome. I'm getting to all the questions as quickly as I can, but if you do want to skip the line, you can send a super chat, or if you just want to donate to me, I appreciate it. Okay. All right, let's see here. Next question is from Nick. Nick says, what should I do if my ex is in a rebound relationship? We were together for 17 years. Wow. We have 2 kids together. The guy she's with beat on her while he was in jail. We hung out and she said she loves me. Well, sounds like a love triangle. Okay. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful to what you're going through and what you're feeling, but I want you to recognize that she is choosing to put up with this guy who, according to you, is toxic. And remember, you have kids with her. So whatever she's doing, that could potentially affect your children. So you got to be very, you got to set healthy boundaries. Make sure that, no one's affecting the lifestyle of your children, really. And I'll be very careful about exchanging I love yous with her because she hasn't ended the situation with the toxic ex. So look at her actions way over the words she's saying because words are easy to say. Some people lie, some people over exaggerate how they're feeling, but actions always speak loudly. So if she's telling you she loves you, but she's with someone who's physically hurting her, well, that doesn't make any sense. Her words are not congruent with her actions. So you got to be looking at that. Joven says, X and I broke up in December, her decision. Okay. But I started no contact on February 2nd. She took it really hard, but she wanted to pursue other options. Okay. But issues weren't worth breaking up. Still miss us. Yeah. That happens. Sometimes she has to go out and figure out that the grass isn't greener. Some exes do need to do that. They need to experience dating for a month or two and they're like, okay, this is terrible. I miss them. So you got to let her go through that, okay? Others say after breakup with an avoidant, he likely will not be able to reach out. What would you suggest in the time frame? What do we suggest is the best time frame to reach out to an avoidant ex? I think is what you're asking. I don't think you should reach out. I don't think you should reach out. So, okay, a lot of people have different philosophies about this, but to me, okay, and I think this will work out for you if you can actually implement it. It's not like avoidance don't have feelings. Like some people act like they're just these completely emotional zombies. That's not the case. So when they're leaving you, obviously they're craving or they have that desire for distance and space. They want to be apart from you, right? Because they're starting to feel like you're infringing on their freedom. They're starting to feel the relationship grow stronger, and you're obviously making more demands of them, likely. And so they run. But it doesn't mean that they're just emotionally absent. When they get enough space, they can and will miss you if you stay away. So always plotting and looking for the best time to reach out, I don't think is the best solution for you. You need to allow them to do something. If there's enough interest, I'm not saying that an avoidant is going to just jump out and say, I miss our relationship. I love you. Let's get back together. That's probably not going to happen. But if there's some interest, they will reach out and do something, right? I know just based on my experience that that is the case. So if you're not hearing anything from them after a few months, then likely they don't have a ton of interest. But there's some people that are like, you know what? I have to reach out. I have to say something. I just got to know if I make a move and just tell them how I feel. I got to say something to them. Well, if that's you and you feel like you must reach out and say something, I would say I wouldn't do anything sooner than 3 to 4 months. Nothing sooner than that if you have to reach out. But my suggestion is that you don't reach out. But there you go. Some people cannot handle that. So there's your backup plan, my friend. Ooh, where am I? Joven says, in your videos, why do you say 4 month no contact? Seen many others say 30 days. I don't say 4 months no contact. I'm just talking about there's research done that says on average, about 50% of exes come back within 4 months. Okay. But I'm not telling you to reach out in 4 months. To me, no contact is a permanent thing. It's forever because you want someone who's mutually interested in the relationship. And so if you always have to be the one restarting the relationship, you're always coming from being lesser than, okay? Relationships are an exchange of value, right? So both parties have to be essentially equal in a sense or close. But if someone dumps you, they're already viewing you as lesser than them in a way. And I'm not saying that they are literally saying they're better, but they do think that they will do better than you in the future. So you don't chase them, you don't text them, you don't do a 30-day game to text them and see if you can get them back. That's a waste of time because even if you do get them back, you're going to get back someone that you had to drag back into a relationship. They're not going to be as committed, they're not going to be as interested as you are. And you're going to be walking on eggshells because any word you say, anything you do that's out of line, maybe they're going to break up with you again. You want someone that's an equal participant. And if they're not reaching out, they're not yet at a place where they value the relationship enough to fight for it. So, no, I don't say 30 days. I know some people say 30 days. It's up to you. You always got to think, what's the quality of the relationship that you want? I want to be with someone who thinks about me and they think, heck yeah, I want to talk to them. I want to see him. I want to hang out with him. That's the kind of person I want to be with. Now, just because someone broke up with you does not mean that they cannot get there. Some people make mistakes. I hear some people say, well, an ex is an ex for a reason. I don't believe that. We're all human beings. We all fall short of the glory of God sometimes. We all make mistakes. And so I do think relationships can be healed and they can be repaired, but it takes both parties. One person shouldn't always have to be the one fixing things and chasing. This is why you have to be okay with accepting the loss of a relationship. If they're not even willing to initiate contact with you, why would you chase them after 30 days? You're settling. Okay. Again, there's different theories out there. Some people say 30 days. I disagree. I don't want to be with someone who isn't super interested in me personally. So there you go. Let's see here. Izzy. Izzy says, no contact for 3 weeks. We both cried when he broke up with me. And he said he didn't want to break up, but he needed time to heal before we get back together. But it seems like he doesn't care now. So that last statement of, but it seems like he doesn't care now, tells me you're likely not in no contact. And you can confirm below. But it sounds to me like you're probably chasing him. You're probably still initiating text without him texting you first. And this is what I say, that's the kind of treatment you get when you're chasing after someone that dumps you. And it's subtle. You might be like, well, I just sent one text. It's the same thing. When someone tells you you're not good enough for me to be with you, you leave them alone. Otherwise, you're disrespecting yourself. Respect begets respect. When you disrespect yourself, other people are going to tend to disrespect you. They just won't value you as much. They're going to waste your time. They're going to flake on you. They won't commit to you because you have no boundaries. There's no consequences for treating you like a second class citizen. So If he doesn't care, likely you're probably doing too much. You need to leave him alone, wait and see if he reaches out to you on his own. Okay. Let's see here. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up if you're just coming in. Thank you and welcome. Uh, let's see here. Nooks says, what about long distance relationships? She breaks no contact just to say she wishes I would reach out while I'm in no contact. It's been going on for a year now. Well, it's not going on. You need to, if she doesn't want to be with you, and she's only reaching out to you as friends, you got to ask yourself, what do you want? I don't suggest you to be friends with an ex, but if you're completely done and you're over her and you're like, hey, it's long distance, I just want a friend, then fine. But at this point, if all she's offering you is friendship and you don't want to be a friend, it's time for you to say, hey, I can't do the constant communication. I can't do it and I'm not going to do it. So if you're not interested in dating, I'd ask that you respect my boundary and you stop texting me. That's what you need to say. But if you're okay to be her friend, then you can go back to talking to her as friends. But I don't suggest it because it sounds like you're still in love with her. Let's see here. Vanessa she says, I only sent him a text 2 weeks after the breakup regarding having my stuff collected. Uh, okay, I think you're missing something. Okay, next we got Thomas says, been in no contact for about 3 weeks with my ex. Didn't give her a happy Valentine's Day or wish her happy birthday. I'm staying strong, but it's been rough. Hang in there, brother. It's not easy. Yep, she said she needed to be alone. Give her that time and alone. Give her some space. It's okay, bro. Bettina says, I want to know if a relationship with a side chick really works if the man leaves his main chick for her. So generally, no, because it was a relationship built in deception, right? So it sounds like he was cheating on his girlfriend with someone on the side. So both parties lack integrity, and so they'll never completely have trust with one another. If there's no trust in a relationship, love is never going to last long because if he's with her, anytime he's out, anytime he's doing some of those same patterns and telling her, "Oh, I'm just out with the boys," she'll never trust it because she knows he's a liar. So a lot of times those relationships don't tend to work out. Attracting Honor says, my ex broke up with me after we got pregnant. We stayed in this limbo area for the past year during pregnancy. Currently in low contact, I think is what he's saying, for 2 weeks because he's playing house but not committed. Is it too late? It's not too late. Yeah, I mean, you guys have a brand new baby, so you're gonna have a lot of opportunities. Just be careful not to show extremely high interest, right? Just focus on taking care of baby and accept whatever support he's offering until he starts to show you some interest. And you can tell the difference between someone that's just there for the kid or someone that has some romantic interest in you. So once he starts showing you those kind of signs, you can slowly start to reciprocate. But initially, you need to be more focused on baby. Okay. Let's see here. Holy Rebel. How can I get over my son's father? Difficult to do no contact with a baby in the picture. He left when I was 2 months pregnant. Baby is 2 months old now. Well, is he participating? One. And if he's not, it's going to be difficult for you because you have a child together. So obviously, for the most part, you likely want to keep your family unit together. So it's understandable. But this is one of those things where you have to accept reality as it is. If he's not choosing you, well, you can't be in a relationship with someone that's not there. So this won't be easy, but the first part is to accept that this did happen, right? And letting go of whatever expectations or dreams you had of the future, and just be present with your son. Or is it a son? He said baby. Yeah, just be present with your baby. But it will take some time to get over, but you will get through it. But understand time is a necessary component of this getting over an ex. Let's see here. And you can, I think some of the things that's difficult for most people is that you feel like you'll never have that type of connection with anyone again. You feel you'll never find someone to love again like you did then. But trust me, the human mind is very capable of adjusting. It'll take some time, but you can form strong, lasting bonds and relationships with more than one person, okay? Right? In your entire lifetime. So it will happen for you again. You just got to be patient with yourself. Let's see here. Amin, should I go for another 30 days if the ex still having grudge from the breakup and being constantly cold? What does that mean? So who broke up with who? And it sounds like you've already been reaching out to them because you said they're being constantly cold. So are you guys talking all the time or what? Let's see here. Been in no contact for a week. He started reaching out to me, and today he sent me a text saying he misses me. How should I react? Well, that's good. Sounds like no contact is working, and things are moving in the right direction. How long ago did he send that text? I'm curious. Don't leave your ex hanging for like hours and hours, but if he says that he misses you, you can say something like, "Well, if you miss me so much, why don't you make plans to see me and we can do something together?" Say something like that. Just tease and flirt. Just a little flirtatious. But if he asks you again, if he brings it up again, if he says, "Do you miss me?" So he brings it up a second time, it'll be okay to reciprocate. But at first, I would just try to use playful, fun, dating banter to help nudge things forward and see if he's willing to ask you out. But if he asks you again directly, then you can say, "Yeah, sure." You're like, of course I do. And but let him still lead the interaction. Okay. Uh, does no contact equal not checking their social media and not following them online? Well, no contact means not interacting with them in any way on any platform and not initiating. So what that means is you can follow them if you still have them on your social media. You can keep them followed, just mute them so you're not constantly seeing what they're posting all the time. So you don't have to go all the way and unfollow because that's just attention seeking. Okay. And then as far as checking their social media, that's more for your own good. Because if you're checking it all the time, you're going to be obsessing over them, what they're doing, who they're with, etc. Okay. We got the super chat from Carl Bowen. He says, "My birthday was yesterday, and my avoidant ex that I've been in no contact with for 6 weeks didn't say anything. Sometimes I see her stories by accident." Well, you got to mute her so you don't see her stories. But 6 weeks is not a super long amount of time. It hasn't even been 2 months. So she might reach out to you later, right? But, I wouldn't be upset that she didn't reach out for your birthday because that's kind of expected. 6 weeks isn't super long, right? And depending on if the breakup was bitter, she might have reasons why she's like still upset. So, but stop watching her stories though. JJ says, JJ with the super chat, thank you. Says, my ex sent me a package, 24 days, no contact, a hydro flask cup. He lost and replaced it after 2 years. Okay. I said, "Thank you." And all he responded was, "You're welcome." Well, that again doesn't mean anything. So let's see, 24 days. Okay, 24 days no contact. So I mean, it's some movement, okay? Because if he didn't care about you, he's not sending you a flask. Because I'm not sure how expensive those are, but I'm sure it's less than $100. So he's initiating some kind of I wouldn't call it peace offering, but it's a sign of interest, right? And so you responded, which is good, and he said you're welcome. So you're starting to at least open the lines of communication. He knows it's okay to contact you and that you're willing to respond to him. So that's a good place to be. You want to encourage him because you've responded to be comfortable reaching out to you, putting himself out there and showing that he has some interest. So 24 days, that's less than a month. You still got a ways to go, but good job. Mm, where am I? Ah, let's see here. Uh, so that's not nice. So 40-ounce Doug says, I keep getting rejected by unattractive women and I'm attractive and I have a phenomenal career. Well, obviously you attract what you are. So I got to be honest with you. So if you're physically attractive and you're successful, obviously there's other things that you have to work on. It might be your style might be off, or it might be your communication. Maybe you're not great at talking to women. So you need to be honing your skills and figuring out what part are you lacking at, because if you got everything going for you, you should be attracting um, attractive, successful women. So if that's not the case, it's usually not them. All right. Everyone tends to want to say, "Oh, it's therefore, oh, this girl doesn't like me, or why doesn't this guy like me?" You attract what you are all the time. So if you're consistently getting overlooked, you need to look at yourself and say, "Okay, how am I showing up? What about myself can I improve?" Because if you were these girls' best option, they would talk to you. I guarantee you that for sure. All right, Demigod says, I've been in no contact over a month now. She does call from time to time. I only call back when I miss her calls. I try to keep the conversation shallow. She says she would want to come around soon. Well, she's giving you, so here's the deal. I was gonna make a video about this. For some people, you're a no contact, um, just I don't know, like you're obsessed. You're so obsessed with no contact that you're not noticing the signs. If she's calling you all the time, let me just tell you this, okay? In my experience, I don't care if your ex is the dumper, and if it's a woman, generally speaking, she's going to be looking for you to take the lead and set the dates. All she's going to do is initiate, put herself in your orbit, call you, maybe text you, but it's on you to make a plan and make something happen. And I'm not saying that you have to roll out the red carpet for your ex. Invite her over to your place. Say, hey, um, I was thinking about cooking Thursday night. If you're free, I'd love for you to join me. Right? Take the initiative, lead. Okay, if your ex is calling you all the time, you can't say, "Oh, I'm in no contact. I can't say anything." That's not how this goes, right? They're calling you, they're initiating. It's on you to close the deal, my friend. So I think that's what you're doing wrong. House Music Channel says, House Music Channel with the $5 super chat says, been no contact 15 months. I dumped him because he was a malignant narc. Been hovering me. Okay. I've been ignoring him. How do I get him to chase me and beg me? But you said he's a narc. Okay. Um, so to me, okay, I'm not going to tell you what to want for yourself, but if you're sure and you're saying he's actually a narcissist, a malignant narcissist for that fact, I I would say it doesn't sound like anything positive is gonna come out of this, right? But anyway, either way, if you're interested in him, which I'm not telling you to go chase him because again, you said that he's the narcissist. But you're ignoring him. There's no way. You got to open the lines of communication if you're interested in someone. It doesn't mean that you got to chase them. So if someone's calling you, at least open the lines of communication, get them comfortable with the act of chasing you. Remember, whoever's initiating all the time is doing the pursuing. So all you got to do is be receptive. Someone can't chase you if the door's shut. You got to at least open the door and let them come in, right? Open the lines of communication, let them be able to contact you. So that's where you're dropping the ball on that. But again, if you're certain and you truly feel like he's a narcissist, I think you need to be moving on and finding bigger and better things, my friend. Okay, China Doll. China Doll says there's no contact work if he played mind games and I decided to ghost and change my number. We dated for 2 months, but he knows where I live. So your expectation, like you ghosted him, you changed your number, right? If he is a respectable, logical, smart man, okay, and that's what I'm going to assume. Maybe he's not. I don't know him, okay? But you got to think about it from his perspective. He would think that showing up where you live is stalking. You changed your number and you've ghosted him. So it wouldn't be really rational for him to just show up at your place. So you're the one essentially that dumped him. And so if he's a self respecting guy, he's going to stay at his place. And if you want to talk to him, you better be reaching out to him. It wouldn't make any sense for him to show up at your doorstep after you ghosted him and changed your number. Okay. So yeah, China Doll, that's my advice for you. If you're still interested in him, I suggest you pick up the phone and call him. Let's see here. Brian Burr, Coach, I broke up with my girlfriend about a year ago. We stayed in no contact, and I told her how I felt. Okay, and long text about a year ago. Okay, we talked back and forth, saw each other in June. June, 4 months of no contact. June is more than 4 months ago. Dude, it's been over a year. It's time for you to start looking at other opportunities. Okay, that would be my suggestion. And unless something drastic changed, unless she's reaching out to you, you haven't spoke to her since June. That's a long time. I wouldn't be waiting for her, bro. I would be picking up my life and trying to find someone new to build a future with. That's what I'd be doing if I was in your shoes. Evil Lind says, Coach, please help. My ex came after 2 months of no contact and we met, but he is not emotionally back at all. We don't text or call each day. Should I keep no contact? Well, what are you doing currently? Right? He came back, you saw each other. What else is happening? You don't just, so no contact is not some magic robot trick, okay? It's just a response to being walked away from and disrespected, right? So you're going to respect yourself and focus on your own path and your own growth. But if your ex has initiated contact and you're talking, obviously you don't just start ignoring them out of nowhere, right? So you there's a lot of questions I would have about your situation. What exactly has been going on since the date? Let's see here. Simon. Simon Vikram says, I had a breakup before 3 months. Had a breakup 3 months ago, I'm guessing. I have chased and begged for 2 months, and since the last month, I have been in no contact. From the last 15 days, my ex constantly stalking me. Does she still love me? Well, obviously she has some interest. What are you doing? What does stalking mean to you? Is she calling you? Is she popping up at your house? because stalking is a very high intense level of interest. So if you're still interested, why aren't we doing something with that? Are you talking to her at all? um, there's still some interest there if she's stalking, but that sounds a little scary to me. But you should talk to her if she's calling you. Ask her what she wants or what she's thinking or what's on her mind. Try to figure out where exactly she's at if she's supposedly stalking you. All right, let's see here. My ex is messaging me and trying to be friends again. I guess so. Should I start friendship again, or make sure you type in your questions out, or I'm just gonna ignore. Okay, you got to type your questions out so I can read them. Okay, it's hard enough trying to read these questions live without making me sound silly. Come on, guys. Okay, basically, two stars. Should you be friends with your ex? No, you should not. Do not. Do not be friends with your ex, my friend. You obviously have interest in her. You just put out a crying emoji. So, obviously you still love her. So you should not be friends with your ex. Oh, I lost my, where'd it go? I lost my position. Okay. Hmm. Let's see. Where's my position? Ooh. Yeah, I'm lost. Now I gotta make it random. Okay, let's see. Dang. All right. We're just gonna pick someone here. Um, Simon. I had a breakup. No, I already read that one. Does no con. This is just blazing. Does no contact restart? Does no contact restart when your ex reaches out? Like if I'm on day 20, they contact me today and we speak. Is it day one tomorrow? No, it's not day one. It's just they reached out to you. As long as you're not the one initiating, you're fine. But you got to be careful about the types of conversations you're having. You shouldn't sit on the phone and talk to your ex for 2 hours. That's a waste of time. So you got to get good at kind of feeling your ex out and figuring out where they're at and where their interest level is. If they're not asking to see you or get together and they're just like wanting to just have a conversation, be busy. Keep the conversation as short as possible. Definitely less than 10 minutes and get off the phone. Right? So you've established that you're willing to have a conversation with them, but you quickly need to figure out what is this conversation about. If they're just trying to fill that emotional void, you shouldn't give them unlimited access to you at all. Okay. Never 69. Doing no contact. He texted twice since last Tuesday. I didn't respond. Third text, wondering if I'm busy on vacation. He wanted my insight for medical advice for his kid. I texted back busy. Again, so you gotta switch your expectations. It looks like some people doing no contact. You're expecting your ex to text you and say, I am in love with you. Let us get back together. That's not the typical journey most people go on. Most people start with smaller, lesser hurdle things because it's human nature to fear rejection. So they're trying to feel you out and see, do you even still have any interest in them? Right? Most exes aren't going to text you and say, oh, I'm in love with you. I want to fix things. That's not going to happen. So my point being, if you're here asking a question, that tells me that you still have feelings for your ex likely. So if you're interested, you shouldn't be ignoring your ex. You should at least be willing to hear what they have to say. What is this about? What is this about? Okay. Uh, Let's see. Uh, uh, uh. Yeah, make sure you're typing your questions well. If I can't read them, I'm skipping them now. Matthew says we're officially back together after 4 months of working on it and 1 month of no contact. You got me through it. Thanks so much. Happy for you, Matthew. It's cool. That's cool to see. I always see you in the comments, so that's awesome, man. Proud of you. Happy for you, brother. And make sure that you stay on your A game. Make sure you stay on your A game. Good job. Cool. Okay. Astrid says, I'm talking to someone and they won't leave me alone. I keep asking for space and they keep on guilt tripping me. I want it to work, but they're making it impossible. Yeah, it sounds like they're a little needy and insecure. And long run, that's not going to work. Long run, that is not going to work because if someone is constantly needy and no matter what you do, they never give you that space that allows you feel free and allows you to desire them, to want to bond and connect with them. That's never going to make you happy. Uh, Amalik says you need to post more videos. Okay, I got you. No worries. Let's see here. Kevin Hill says, been in no contact for 2 months now. When she said she needed a break, I had a lot of stuff at her place, golf clubs, etc. Why hasn't she asked me to come get my stuff yet? Is it to keep an opening? Well, sometimes it is, but if you want your stuff back, you need to ask her for it. I know you're in no contact, but depending on the value of these items, I mean, golf clubs are pretty expensive. It's okay to coordinate a pickup. Just don't make her feel like she needs to talk to you for you to get your stuff. So make sure you're as flexible as possible if you really want your stuff back. Sounds like you do. Okay. Mm-mm. Let's see here. I think I've answered a question from that person before. Let's see here. hmm Kalisha Brown says, married 10 years. Um, Married 10 years. It's been 2 months and still has the keys, refused to give the keys to me. Even told him to meet me to sign his divorce papers, and he just sent a mean emoji face. Well, obviously, at that point, you got to be talking to attorneys. I don't think he can hold you hostage forever, right? So you got to be coordinated. Make sure you're talking to the right people so they can help you through that. Okay. Sounds like you're done and you want to move forward with your life, and that's fine. But you need to be talking to the right people so you're getting the help and support that you need. Okay. What's up, EJ? EJ says, hi, I'm new to the channel. Welcome. Let's see here. Krishna, what to do if she dumped me a month ago? She started looking to date someone and said she had enough of me, and we have a lot of fights about it. And I forced her to come back, and she blocked me. Well, you can't force anyone to do anything. That's your problem. You're trying to force someone that doesn't want to be with you. It doesn't work that way. You can't make anyone do anything. And so your first step is to leave her alone. Now you're blocked, so you have no choice. But if you do that with anyone else, whether she comes back or you start dating someone new, you will turn them off and you will get dumped. Period. No one wants to be under the thumb of another human being. We like to be free. We want freedom. So that's not going to work, my friend. You got to work on your neediness and insecurities. That's not going to work. Blue Eyed Son says he still has my stuff and didn't return. Is it a good sign he's interested in making it up after no contact? It's possible, but did you ask for your stuff and he didn't give it to you, or he just hasn't given it to you? Okay. Queen Jazzy says, does no contact rule work on good guys if he is the one who dumped me? We had plans of me relocating in May. Well, how long have you guys been broken up? How long have you guys been broken up? But no contact is not just about working on good guys. It's very effective, but don't only think about it as a strategy to get them back. Do it for yourself too. Make sure you're getting to the right emotional state. Make sure you're improving some of the things about your life too. But yeah, it can work on anyone, good guys included. Danny Z says, is about 3 months, no contact too long for reconciliation? No. I didn't beg or chase. She reached out to a family member a month ago and unblocked me too. Nothing since then has happened. No, that's not too long. That's not too long for that's not too long for reconciliation. 3 months is not that long. Okay? Just keep doing what you're doing. She's made some movements. She unblocked you, likely trying to open the door for you to chase her, which I wouldn't if she dumped you. But that's a good sign, though. Uh, 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 mhm. Should I respond to a goodbye? Should I respond to a goodbye letter? She sounds confused between me and another guy. Well, I mean, it depends on the contents of the letter. Obviously, if you don't agree with the breakup, you can just say, I'm just going to assume, okay, she says goodbye, something along those lines. You say, hey, obviously, I don't agree with this. I see a future with you, but hey, I wish you well. If you change your mind, let me know. That's the most I would say. Uh, how will I know when I'm prepared to date again? You'll know when you're no longer obsessing about your ex, when you're no longer, stalking their social media, when you're no longer trying to contact them and you just feel okay with the fact that things are over, where you don't feel like it's a necessity for you guys to get back together. And that's usually going to take you months after a breakup. It's not going to be in a couple of weeks. It's likely not, it's going to be multiple months, right? Typically, right? So be patient with yourself. Be patient with yourself. It's not going to happen overnight because there's still going to be baggage there. So as long as you're working on those things, as long as you're working on yourself and doing the other things and qualities that you should be, then after a few months, you can likely start dating again. But you'll know when you're ready, when you're no longer obsessing about your ex anymore. Uh, let's see here. The Dawn. It's been over for 4 months now, been no contact off and on. When she do reach out asking about money. I mean, were you guys married or she's just an ex-girlfriend asking you for money? Obviously, you shouldn't be paying the bills of your ex-girlfriend, right? But, if it's your ex-wife, maybe there's some legal obligations you have to take care of, and that just is what it's going to be. But if she's only asking you for money as an ex-girlfriend, that's not a sign of high interest. That's not a sign of high interest. So there you go. Huh, let's see here. Hmm. Okay. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. Let's see. We'll get a couple more questions and call it night. Let's see here. What if she's in? This is from Antoine. What if she's in a new relationship? She has been having my friend deliver messages to me. So what does that mean? Been in no contact for 42 days. Well, obviously, if she's dating someone new, I wouldn't be giving her too much of your energy or affection or anything like that. Okay. I wouldn't be doing that at all. So if she's sending notes to you, that's cool. That's a sign of interest, but I wouldn't be entertaining her really. Let her put in all the effort. Let her text and call you. But if she contacts you, you can tell her, hey, if you're interested and you want to talk to me, then you obviously need to end the relationship with whoever you're with before we can build something. Okay. That's what I would say. But there you go. We're going to call it a night. I appreciate you. Thank you all for being here tonight and truly do appreciate it. Let me say this. Um, if you would like to talk about your situation, you can book a one on one call. Click the link in my bio. If you click any of the videos in my that I have or that I put out, the first link in my description, you can book a session if you want to talk about what you're going through. That's the quickest way to reach me. And I appreciate it. I appreciate each and every one of you. Let me say this also, I'm going to be increasing the rate. So if you really would like to talk about what you're going through, go ahead and do so. And I will be increasing the rates here shortly. I got to be honest. So I appreciate each and every one of you that has asked questions, that showed up to the live. You are more than appreciated. Okay. And I look forward to talking to you either in the comment section or in a one on one session. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.